A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 25. Babylon, the Lord's scourge. The word that was addressed to Jeremiah about all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, that is to say, the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. The prophet Jeremiah proclaimed it before all the people of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem for 23 years, from the 13th year of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah, until today. The word of the Lord has been addressed to me, and I have never tired of speaking to you, but you have not listened. Furthermore, the Lord has untiringly sent you all his servants, the prophets, but you have not listened or paid attention, saying, "Turn back, each one of you, from your evil behavior and your evil actions, and you will remain forever in the land which the Lord long ago gave to you and your ancestors. Do not follow other gods to serve and worship them. Do not provoke me with works of your own hands, and then I shall do you no harm." But you did not listen to me, declares the Lord, so that you have now provoked me with the works of your own hands to your own harm. Therefore, thus says the Lord Sabaoth, since you have not listened to my words, I shall now send for all the families of the north, declares the Lord, that is, for Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, my servant, and bring them down on this land and its inhabitants and on all these surrounding nations. I shall destroy them and make them an object of horror, of scorn, and ruin them forever. From them I shall banish the sound of rejoicing and mirth, the voices of bridegroom and bride, the sound of the handmill and the light of the lamp. And this whole land will be reduced to ruin and desolation, and these nations will be enslaved to the king of Babylon for 70 years. When the 70 years are over, I shall punish for the iniquity the king of Babylon and that nation, declares the Lord, that is, the land of the Chaldeans, and lay it waste forever. And against that land I shall accomplish all the words with which I have threatened it, that is, everything written in this book as Jeremiah prophesied against all the nations. For these in their turn are to be enslaved to powerful nations and great kings, and I shall pay them back as their deeds and the work of their hands deserve. Introduction to the prophecies against the nations. The vision of the cup. For thus the Lord, the God of Israel, said to me, "Take from my hand this cup of the wine of wrath, and make all the nations to whom I send you drink it. They will drink and stagger and lose their wits because of the sword I am sending among them." I took the cup from the Lord's hand and made all the nations to whom the Lord sent me drink it. Jerusalem and the towns of Judah, its kings and its chief men, to make them a ruin, an object of horror and hissing and a curse, as is the case today. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, his officials, his chief men, and all his people with the whole mixture of peoples there, all the kings of the land of Uz, all the kings of the land of the Philistines, Ashkelon, Gaza, Ekron, and what is still left of Ashdod, Edom, Moab, and the Ammonites, all the kings of Tyre, all the kings of Sidon, the kings of the islands across the sea, Dedan, Timah, Buz, all the people with shaven temples, all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mixture of peoples who live in the desert, all the kings of Zimri, all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of Media, all the kings of the north, near and far, one after another. In short, all the kingdoms on the face of the earth. And the king of Sheshach will drink last of all. You shall say to them, Thus says the Lord Sabaoth, the God of Israel, Drink, get drunk, vomit, fall, never to rise again before the sword that I am sending among you. If they refuse to take the cup from your hand and drink, you will say to them, Thus says the Lord Sabaoth, You must drink. Look, I am beginning to bring disaster on the city that bears my name. So are you likely to go unpunished? You certainly will not go unpunished. For next, I shall summon a sword against all the inhabitants of the land, declares the Lord Sabaoth. For your part, you are to prophesy all these words to them. Say to them, The Lord roars from on high, from his holy dwelling place he gives voice. He roars fiercely at his own fold against all the inhabitants of the earth, shouts aloud like those who tread the grape. The sound echoes to the ends of the earth, for the Lord is indicting the nations, summoning all humanity for judgment. The wicked he will put to the sword, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord Sabaoth, Look, disaster is spreading from nation to nation. A mighty tempest is rising from the far ends of the earth. Those slain by the Lord on that day will be scattered from end to end of the earth. No dirge will be raised for them. No one will gather them or bury them. They will stay lying on the surface like dung. Howl, shepherds, shriek, roll on the ground, you lords of the flock, for your days have come to be slaughtered and to be scattered, and like a choice vessel you shall fall. No refuge then for the shepherds, no escape for the lords of the flock. Listen, a shriek from the shepherds, a howl from the lords of the flock. For the Lord has laid waste their pasture. The peaceful sheepfolds are reduced to silence before the burning wrath of the Lord. The lion has left his lair, and their land is now a wasteland before his devastating fury, before his burning wrath. The word of the Lord.